I've known these women all my life, and I had no idea. And sometimes you don't know how close to home it really hits. Um, when you were in school, I had no idea. Meaning when you were going through what you were going through, I had no idea. You go through life and you're not knowing that the people that you love and are close to you are actually suffering from something that is a really, really, really nasty disease. So when they brought it to me, I was like, oh my God, I would not only love to do this, but it would be an honor to do it. So thank you guys for coming. We appreciate you. Enjoy. And I love y'all.
Lupus's mission is to support individuals that have lupus in addition to their families. We're also looking to create lupus awareness and raise money for lupus research. Decided that we wanted to create this organization because all of my daughters have a form of lupus and they suffer from lupus in a different way. So what we decided to do was create an organization that can support individuals that have lupus and create lupus awareness. Because what happened was when my daughters initially was diagnosed, I went and did some research to try to find a place where we could try to go and get additional support as an overall family. And I found that in the city of Philadelphia, there is little to none. So what we decided to do was create an organization that would begin to have individuals that have lupus find some sort of comfort or a level of comfort in the services that we are looking to offer and bring to the communities of Philadelphia.
Everybody, my name is Anisha. I was diagnosed with lupus maybe over 7 years ago. But before I get into that, I just want to thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. The support is so needed. Like, we want to make lupus awareness just as big as breast cancer awareness. Like, the Susan G. Corman, that's going to be the ex-lupus. Okay? So, I was diagnosed with lupus over 7 years ago, lupus nephritis. Lupus is an autoimmune disease that attacks major organs in your body. For me, lupus nephritis, which is in your kidney. So I went through, a lot of medications, different chemo treatments, and it just really wasn't working out for me. And the medication that I was consistently taking caused me to get cancer. I dealt with a brain tumor maybe 3 years ago. I'm cancer-free today. Thank you.
My name is Sakina, and I was diagnosed with lupus about 6 or 7 years ago. A lot of the complications that I experienced with lupus include lung complications, a liver abnormality, which I just found out probably about a month ago. I had a lot of skin and joint inflammation, just pain all over, fatigue, just tired all the time. People call me lazy, but they don't really know what's going on. So those are some of the symptoms that I have experienced with lupus. I think my biggest struggle with lupus would have to be when I moved to Florida for law school. And I moved to Florida for 3 years. And for me, that was the most challenging time because I didn't have any family there. So it's kind of just me on my own dealing with lupus by myself. I had a seizure in a classroom one day and I woke up in a hospital. I probably stayed in a hospital for about a week. And I did have friends from law school that would come and visit me in a hospital, but it's different when you don't have your family. So it was very challenging for me. But from there, I learned to be strong and I realized my own strength. Now I am a practicing attorney in New York City. And I just want everyone to know if you're fighting lupus or going through any challenges in life, that no matter what, keep persevering and just keep going, keep fighting.
Hello, my name is Karima. I just want to also piggyback off what they said. Thank you for coming. Thank you for everybody that reposted our flyer thank you just for like supporting us. I haven't been fully diagnosed with lupus, but I have a lot of flare-ups. I had a tumor in my left foot like almost a year ago, going on a year ago now. I get a lot of pain in my joints and in my feet, mostly my feet. That's why I really want to take these shoes off. But especially in my skin, I have really, really bad skin. I had like, it looked like a burnt pizza. That's how my skin was looking probably like 3 years ago. I'm sorry, that's really how it looked. It was looking really like rough and like really patchy, really dark. So I'm still in the position where I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with me. So it takes a long time for lupus to like really like, for them to know like, oh, you have lupus. I'm still doing blood work. I'm still going to the doctors like mostly every month. So thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Shakira. So I met Anisha like 3 years ago when we worked in as counselors at NET together. And it was funny because she educated me about lupus before I knew it would affect my life. So when I first met her, she told me about her struggle and what was going on, and she educated me on something I never really knew about. And I want to say 6 months later, I began to show the signs of lupus. And because of her educating me, I felt like I had someone to turn to. I felt like that I wasn't so alone. And I was able to just go to my doctors with all the information that she taught me. And just say, like, this is what I'm going through. Can you listen to me? And she listened when my doctors didn't listen. Like, she, told me to go to her doctor, and she just gave me, like, the platform that I needed to just know and to be aware. So as lupus was a part of my life even before I knew I needed it. And it was just a blessing to, to just work at a job and just have somebody in my life before I even knew I really, really needed it. So I just felt like God prepared me and God put Anisha in my life even before I knew it was going to be my path and my journey. But my journey with lupus, it's been 2 years since I've been diagnosed, and it definitely is not the easiest. Like, I have like the lupus that affects every part of my body, so my joints, so I can definitely relate to Sakina with that, like the joints, the heart, the lungs, and everything. And I think your organization is so beautiful because it, like, I talk to Louie all the time, and it's just having that like education. And if I didn't have the education, I would have felt more alone. I didn't feel like I could reach out. So I definitely am appreciative of what you guys are doing, and I'm so thankful for this event and just giving me the hope that this is going to get better. So thank you for listening.
Victoria, I've known, thank you. Look, I was trying to find a book. I've known Karima and Sakina since high school. I went to high school with their cousin, and we formed a friendship prior to me even knowing I had lupus. I was a basketball player in high school, so, joint pain, I thought it was from a sprained ankle or not going to go get my knees looked at when I should have. So I've been diagnosed with lupus for 5 years now. And I'll be completely honest, in the beginning it was so easy, it was kind of like I didn't have lupus. I did things the way I always did it. And then as I got older, as I became a professional, I went to graduate school, I started teaching, I noticed that lupus started to take over. And it kind of slowed me down. But I'm one of those people where I don't like to feel like I've been beaten or something has the power over me. So I would still try to do it even though my body would tell me no. So I was hospitalized from a flare last year. And that showed me that, like, it's okay to say, I have to slow down, I have to stop. And I think oftentimes, because many people live with this invisible disease, they don't want to say, I'm hurting, I'm not okay. And I know I'm one of those people. I'm a prideful person and I don't like anything to stop me. But this disease is something that you have to stop for a minute, regroup, and get yourself back together, because it takes over. So, people go, you got lupus? You're always doing something, you always busy. And I would say yes. And I try to keep busy because this battle to me is 80% mental. It's an 80% mental battle. And if you can beat it mentally, then physically you'll be fine. Yes, you'll have those days. The lupus I have is SLE, so I'm primarily joint. My ankles, my knees, my fingers. I've just started having some flares with the skin, but I've primarily had issues walking and doing things like that. But I would say, don't be afraid to say you're not okay, and don't feel like you've been beaten because you gotta slow down and you can't do it at the same pace as everybody else, because it's real. But when you do feel better, you'll be right back on track. So I just wanted to share that, and thank you for having this event.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Found out about this event like an hour ago. The power of social media, Instagram. I thought it was like, well, I gotta make time to come to it because I don't see enough people that look like us having the conversation for us. And so I found out about lupus for me in 2014.
Yep.
2014, and I was supporting Vicky with her, and then my other friends. And the funny thing is, the last walk before I found out, I'm taking the walk and I'm reading the signs. I mean, I was in pain that day too, and I'm like, man, these all look like me, And you don't know, you just think like it's just a bad day. But then I had a really, really bad flare up, if you would, where it looked like I had welts all over my body, like if someone beat me up. No one beat me up, right? I just woke up like that, and then I went to see a rheumatologist, and then that was a long process trying to get a finite answer. So when I got the answer, then I had to go back, but luckily I had people like Vicky that was very vocal about it. My sorority sister was very vocal about it, so I was able to, have some peace in that. But to be honest with you, it's depressing at times. And to be super, super transparent with you, I don't like taking medicine because I'm like, well, you know how you take medicine for a cold and then it's over? This is just medicine, forever. And the medicine's not cheap. Nobody talks about that, But I have to remember that, I have a bigger mission that God has put me on. The start of my own business. I have a business called The Student Loan Doctor. I can't have a moment that I'm down because I have people counting on me. And so I'm like, let me take the medicine for them, right? So I have to figure that out. And I'm still struggling with it because, to be honest with you, the reason I took my medicine today was because I saw the post. I was like, I got lupus. I mean, that sounds really bad and weird, but it's not. I try not to make it a part of my everyday, but it is. And you don't want to have that mindset because you actually can put more harm to yourself. So when I don't take my medicine on time, then like the little skin things pop up. I don't know what that's called. I don't know. Or the hair start to thin. And if something pop on my face, Jesus, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do because that to me, I'm out. You see my face a lot. So I think I'm struggling with some things are starting to happen here, some changes. I was talking to her about glasses. Like, my prescription for glasses has changed in 1 year. I'm like, I know I really couldn't see. Like, somebody's about to get hit, I got glasses now. But, these are the things that we don't really talk about, have conversation about, because there could be shame around it. People could be embarrassed around it. People don't want to resonate with it. But it's just too common in our community. And I don't want to see somebody have to be lost to lupus when it's something that we can help control. So I appreciate you. I'll follow up with you if I can be of any service to you. Volunteer. I don't want to volunteer for something that's not as meaningful as this is. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Fallon, and I was invited by my friend Dominique. Me and her work together, and I've had lupus for about 3 years, and it's turned into me being seen at Penn, me being seen at Lincoln Hospital. Now my physicians are at Johns Hopkins, which, by the way, they have the best doctors there. Since I've changed my doctors, I've been diagnosed with connective tissue disease, which is a combination of lupus, scleroderma, and rheumatoid arthritis. I probably knew or saw the symptoms around 14, 15. Just was tired, hair was falling out, something that you just can't go to the doctor and they say, oh, it's lupus. And quite frankly, I just kept pushing through college, and the worse it got, the scarier I got. The scarier it became for me and my kids and my family. And so I've been being treated. Do I like the medication like everyone said? Absolutely not. I chew a Tylenol and now I have to take 12 pills a day. So that's just the reality of it. And honestly, if you skip the medication, you feel horrible. It's just been an emotional roller coaster for me, and I'm glad that Dom linked me with you guys, because for me, my friends and my family, they'll ask me if I'm okay, and I don't really know if they mean it, and I don't really know if I can educate them as much as I can, because I'm still learning about this disease as well. And it's hard for someone to ask you if you are okay, because you're not, and you can't easily say yes or no. Because if you say yes, then it goes away, and if you say no, you have to explain and become an encyclopedia. People want to Google stuff and say they've heard, is it contagious? So lupus has taught me to be very patient. It's taught me to be an advocate for myself, an advocate for those around me. It's taught me to be a stronger person, because it knocks you down. I can't barely get out of bed most mornings, and I get up and make it to work. I'm proud to say that I'll be receiving my doctoral degree next year, and I just pushed through it. So being in this room to hear that I'm not crazy, and that skin rash that I got, that I tried to hide today, is here, and people know about it. Like, I feel supported. I feel like I'm not weird, and I feel like more awareness and more advocacy needs to continue for us, especially in the African American community, because the symptoms are ignorable. So I'm very glad that I came out today and got a chance to meet you young ladies.
Hi everybody, my name is Tanisha. I'm here today for my younger sister. She was just recently diagnosed with lupus a couple months ago, and again dealing with a lot of things. She was ignoring a lot of the signs. I myself know absolutely nothing about it, but I began to read up on it since I learned that my sister had it, and dealing with it is tough, to see her struggles, to see what she's going through as a mother of two, and to go from this person, this live, this is Latasha, this live partying person to down, depressed. And I brought her here because I want to show her that she's not alone during this battle. No, I don't have lupus, but this is my sister, so this is my journey too, and then what she go through, I go through, and I want her to be around people that's battling the same disease, to show her like giving up is not an option, and this is not the end of the world, and you can live and still be happy with lupus. So she's here to learn and experience. If she can't ask the questions, I will, and if you can't talk to her, you can talk to me.
I'm sorry, I just got like really shocking, because I didn't know she was going to pull me up here, but I was, in November, I just started feeling sick, and I'm like, what is going on with me? Something's going on with me. So I went to the hospital, and first they said it was pneumonia. That wasn't it. I went back, that's when they said they had lupus. This was December the 23rd of last year. So I recently just got diagnosed with this. It's been crazy. I had 15 gallons of fluid on my lungs, my left lungs. I actually almost died if I didn't go to the hospital that night. So I was in the hospital from December 23rd to January the 22nd, the whole time. And I'm doing a lot better right now. I have 2 daughters. It's been kind of hard. Like, sometimes I still break down and cry, and I get like frustrated, because I'm like, what if I have stage 4? So it's like, I'm like really emotional about it, and like I'm scared. So when my sister said, come here, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll come here. But I didn't know she was going to pull me up and, you know, bring me to talk. But I'm actually, like she said, like, people ask you, is you okay? But you're really not okay. Like, it's a lot of different emotions and stuff going through, and I'm just like dealing with it one day at a time, taking it easy day by day. So thank you.
Thank you.
God, you my way to share with